Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Daytona International Raceway Road Course, ready for tonight's racing action. Of course, always sponsored by Not Your Average Green. You're looking live down at Daytona International Raceway. We're getting ready to go green here on our doubleheader night here on Facebook and YouTube. The Rays iRacing Legacy Series coming up shortly after this. But tonight, we're about to kick off a great night of racing action here from Daytona, sponsored by Not Your Average Green. Make sure you guys check out Not Your Average Green over on Facebook. They got a website as well, veteran-owned home decor, which is always awesome things. So make sure you guys check them out. Show them some love. Let them know you've seen us here. Let them know you've seen it here on Trackside and Red Sox Racing League. So we are live from Daytona. As you notice, we have the new pink. Ain't new, but pink background for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That will be with us for all month of October, besides October 31st, which I'm still debating on what we're going to do for that. We should have a Halloween theme that night, but I do know that. No, actually, I know I don't have a broadcast that night. I don't think so. Yeah. So it's been with us for all the month of October. Anyway, getting ready to go. Green here in just a few moments. Qualifying right now is underway. We've got about 2.5 minutes left in qualifying. There is a special qualifying number tonight. The winner, whoever qualifies in third place, will receive a Not Your Average Green 16-ounce Red Sox Racing tumbler. So whoever qualifies third, which is ironic being that this is the track that Dale Earnhardt basically built somewhat, or ran really good at, and unfortunately lost his life. But it is number 3 tonight. Tommy Ryan currently sitting in that number 3 spot, so if he can hold on, he will jump up and take the tumbler home, which is awesome. NASCAR chicane here in the GTE car, so we're going to jump out of the booth down to the starting grid. There we go. As you see some cars out there qualifying, you do see a new pink overlay top thing here as well, which is always cool. I do look forward to this, so whenever we do it. Hello, Scott Brimkamp. Good to see you, man. Let's see the O. They said they're not going to do good. The blue, or Nathan Wingnut. Currently running in 19th right now in qualifying. And I'm not going to lie, Nathan. Everybody laughs at me when I say your name in my team because the way I say it, sometimes I go, Wingnut, people laugh at me. I don't know why. But anyway, Tommy Ryan out there in the number 18. He is on his lap. You guys can see that. As he works through the International Horseshoe here. We're about to work through the International Horseshoe. Got about 50 seconds remaining, so this will be his only lap that he has to get this done in, I do believe. Ryan Robertson currently running 5th. This is actually week number... My partner is not here. Yes, I am all by myself tonight. Derek's actually running the race. So Derek's only with me in the booth on Sundays and Wednesdays. Some other times he comes in with me. Of course, not on Fridays because he does other stuff on Fridays. But he is actually racing in here tonight. And that's where he will be at. Although he's not very good here right now. He's not very happy with the race car. He is complaining about everything, I'm telling you. Derek, look, you got people asking about you. And that's pretty awesome. So he is in the car right now, and I'm actually going over to try to find where these guys go next week. Tommy Ryan about to come to the start-finish line. Oh, never mind. He's going to bring the car down pit lane, so I lied. Here's Robert out there on the track. Let's see what he can do. Right now, best lap is a 147.892. Robert currently third. We're working through the bus stop. Want to go ahead and mention, just in case you guys are wondering about where we go next week and all that good stuff, This series is only 6 weeks before we start the next series. So it's basically 6 weeks of racing action. Tonight marks the second half of the season. This is the 4th race. Next week we go to Monza. And then the week after we actually go to Spa. Here comes Robert working out of the... And he comes down pit lane as well. That's depressing. Cameron Bidwell crosses the start-finish line. He does not improve. A 148.810. I think that might be it. Right there's Derek Pemberton. He's just out there getting his practice in because why not? You see him right there on the screen. Overtake Motorsports Corvette. Raise energy on the front. It's actually his first time. Wish I was there racing night instead. Got to work. Brian Arby says. I knew I was missing somebody that was not in here when I was looking. We've had a pretty good turnout, so I knew Brian was missing. I was like, it's not as big as the field as I thought we would have. 25 drivers, which, I mean, honestly, is still pretty good. But anyway, qualifying is officially over, and it will be David Shutt, Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan. Actually, we could go ahead and look at your qualifying results for your grid. There you go. Qualifying third will be Tommy Ryan. He is going to get your tumbler here tonight from Not Your Average Green. Once again, Cameron Bidwell going to be rolling off there in fourth. Ryan Robertson, Ryan Hunt, Dave Hill, Mark Wilson rolling off beside him. Trip Brown, Kevin Riedel in 10th. Les Turner, Robert back there in 12th. Actually, 12th and 13th. Terry Dahl back there in 14th. Dennis Griffith, Bill Paul Lucky. A little bit further back, Kevin Kyle, Desmond Stone, Nathan Wingnut, Ed Sutcliffe, Derek Pemberton, William Cabela, Mark Kudrowski, and then James Prost will roll off towards the back of the field. So, grid is started up here. I think we actually roll on a backstretch. Yeah, we do. You guys can see right there. Waiting on everybody to load up into it. Getting practice, I'm slow. We nut! I don't know why everybody loves me saying it like that. It is funny. I did it one night just for the heck of it before the broadcast. And Todd Chase, the one that runs the Legacy series after this one, was watching. He got a big kick out of it. And now it's become a big thing, apparently. That is pretty funny, though. All right, Ross Booth up there as well. You can see him beside that number 10, who's going to be rolling off up in front. David Shutt driving the Ford. This is a draft track. Keep that in mind because fuel mileage, always a big thing. The more you draft, the less fuel you got to take. That is big. We've seen that in the past. We're going to see that here tonight. Don't expect that to change. It just depends on, leader-wise, you're going to have to take more gas. So really, if you're the leader, if you want the lead, you got to try to extend away from second place so they're not able to get that draft, and you can kind of shave off some time on pit road as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. I mean, you never know what's going to happen when it comes to Daytona. When it comes to pit stops and stuff like that, it's always, pit roads can be kind of difficult to get in and out of, especially out of, because it is such a tight exit. So we'll see how it all plays out. Cars are gridded up, as you guys can see down here on the racetrack. We can fly across in our drone. How about that, by the way? Fly across. You see the field taking off over there. Going to the bus stop. I don't know why I call this a drone, but we're going to call it that. As the field works through the bus stop, you see the rest of them working through as well. As we get set to go live from Daytona. And of course, right here that you guys can see on your screen, this is the NASCAR chicane. If you have not seen it, which you probably have, that is the new chicane at NASCAR Arena when they decide to race the road course. You're going to see some cars work through here as well. As they work off turn 4, there is a slowdown penalty, pretty much a stop and go. If you miss the chicane and go through the cones, basically got to stop, let that time tick down, and go away. So another thing is you actually have to take this chicane before you hit pit road. You cannot cut the chicane off before you enter pit road in here. So that is a rule that these guys put in effect now. Pace truck ready to drop in. We're ready to go green here from Daytona Road Course. It is time for the Red Sox Racing Series, sponsored by Not Your Average Green. The pace car is in. The green flag is out in the air. We're racing live from Daytona. This is a 30-minute timed event. Keep that in mind as the cars work off into turn number 1. Everybody looking pretty good so far. Turn 1's always a big factor when it comes to Daytona getting into that corner. So it looks like everybody makes it. Oh, there's a dive bomb hard. That looked like 3 wide here. That looked like Cameron Bidwell sent it in pretty deep there. We don't see this too often. Of course, our overlays made by ATVO. That's the program we use. So there you go. And here's a look at that. Cameron Bidwell sends it in pretty deep here. I don't want to call it a dive bomb. Definitely gets into the back of Ross Booth. That's not really very happy. It's actually going to give him some instant points, I would guess. David Shutt, that's exactly what he kind of wanted. A little bit further back, who is this getting shuffled? Tommy Ryan right now getting shuffled back just a little bit. He's under attack right now from Ryan Robertson for that 4th spot. as this still ticks away. Mark Chandler back here, and I believe that's William Cabela. Yes, it is. William's going to take away the 22nd spot going into turn one. Turn one's always a very difficult turn on the racetrack. You carry so much speed into turn one. With the NASCAR chicane, you may not carry as much as what you used to, but of course, it can be curiosity when the actual race that goes back to Daytona. I don't expect them to put that in, but who knows? And I didn't realize I was on mute. I've been sitting here talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. So Tommy Ryan has ran down leader Ross Booth from quite a bit back, to be honest. You guys ever just talk to yourself for no reason and think people's actually listening and literally there's no one there? Yeah, that's what I do. Thank you, by the way, Patrick, who messaged me. He's like, hey, by the way, you're not talking. Patrick was not here tonight. He was setting up something for his sim rig, I believe. So, unfortunately, he missed the race. But I thought I didn't see him. We got a lot of cars still packed up. I just want to point that out. Like, this is the thing about Daytona that I didn't really speak about is how much, like, you're close a lot in this race. I'm going to be honest, especially when you're so familiar with the racetrack. I mean, look at this. That is basically pack racing. But when you're so familiar with a place like this, you get what I'm saying? Everybody is quick for the most part. Tommy, though, putting some pressure here on. Let's actually right on board with her second place driver in that Corvette, looking to take the lead. See a little bit of damage right there in the back of Ross's car, and this ain't going to be much of a fight. Ross is going to let him go. Into turn one, you guys can see it right there. Let's get a lap around Daytona as he works into turn one. He starts to work, and you watch how fast he goes through this next corner. Basically, do not lift. In this next corner right here, he may whip just a little bit. Right there, he does not lift at all. Downshifts all in a second. Not sure if he's going to hit first. He may. He will not. Most people do not there, but he will shoot back up to third. Maybe fourth. Nope, he's going to go ahead and downshift all in a second. Back on the throttle. Back up onto the NASCAR oval. Now, right here's where you carry a lot of your speed, and we're going to try to show you guys the speed here as well. I'm going 50 miles an hour right now. He's going to be going about 170 or so, maybe a little bit faster than that. He goes into the bus stop. Most people take this in fourth. I sometimes jump to third. It just depends. He is 168 down to fourth. He's actually going to go to third. Back on the throttle, you can actually be pretty aggressive through the bus stop and back to full throttle. All the way to this. I am curious about seeing how much faster they actually go into the NASCAR chicane. We're still pretty good. Normally, we go straight, of course, but you can see here, right here, NASCAR chicane, all the way down to 70, 66 miles per hour. Normally, you're going to cross the start-finish line at about a 170, 173, give or take. So you can see it's about a 40 mile an hour difference going into turn one. That's quite a bit. It probably makes turn one, I would say, a little bit easier for these guys since there's not as much speed as you put on the brake. But, you know, looking a little bit further back at my partner in crime most of the time in the booth, Derek Pemberton. I got to show him on the broadcast because that would not be right for me. He's never ran this car, so it's the first time he's actually ever ran the car in that Corvette. He said he wasn't a fan of the brakes in this car. So, Ed Sutcliffe on pit road, and I'm going to guess that this is scheduled. We are about to the halfway point here in this one. Oh, look at that paint scheme. I like that. Federal paint. Not going to take tires. Nobody's going to take tires in this unless you might be somewhat new. You may think that you have to, but you do not have to take tires in this. 10.7 in the box with a total time of 30.9. And you can see the exit of pit road very tight. You do not want to mess this up when you're on pit road. I mean, it is a very tight squeeze here. A little bit further back, Terry Dahl. He has worked his way into the 8th position from Cameron Bidwell. Terry's done a really nice job here tonight. Good to see him have a good run. Terry working to the bus stop waiting out at the 53 Hamburg Brewing Company car. Guys, we'd like to do something here on TRN called Turn It Up. That's exactly what we're going to do now, so enjoy the sights and sounds from the Red Sox Race League, sponsored by Not Your Average Green. Pit stops have begun here from Daytona International Raceway road course. We got Desmond Stone and the boys all on pit road, and the boys as I like to call them, apparently. This is Terry Dahl. You see him in the 53. He's on pit road. That's Desmond Stone a little bit further back. Somebody flying in. I'm not sure who that was. Of course, these cars do have a pit limiter as well to help maintain. 10.2 on Terry's car. Here's Kevin's. Let's see what Kevin Liddell can do. 9.6, so a little bit better pit box time. There's total time on pit lane 29.1. So right now he's the fastest stop that we've seen out of all the guys that have been. We're still waiting on our leaders to hit pit road. Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan, Rod Roberts, Dave Hill, Mark Wilson. Top 5 have not came on pit road yet. We are still waiting for that. Some of the other guys have not. Of course, less fuel is always a good thing. You don't want to take too much, in my opinion. So we're going to be kind of watching that a little bit to see what times they put down. Let's see if they hit pit lane this time. Tommy Ryan working off chicane and NASCAR. Yep, here they come, both of them. Oh, you talk about even when they come to pit lane. Ross knows, Tommy knows how important pit lane is in a place like this. We're going to watch our leader this time hit pit road in that Corvette to see the time that he has. I'm going to guess that Ross will probably wind up taking that quick repair as well. This is a familiar battle we have seen all season. Oh, Ross missed his pit box. Oh, my goodness. So that is an extra long time there for that Porsche right in front. Tommy Ryan's going to be down and away. Total time on pit road. Ross took way less fuel. These guys are even off pit lane. They are still inside of each other, and Tommy's going to give way. So Ross took 9.6 seconds. 29.9. I think that's going to be good enough to make it to the end, honestly. Man. Probably not a great pit stop, but Ross misses his box and still gets out in front of Ryan. That's a good thing that happened. Mark Wilson has problems. He just made a toad. And we talked about pit lane being an issue. Let's see. What is that? I just noticed that the pace car is actually wrecked as well. Get some of the grass into the wall, and there you go. Oh, my goodness. One more look at this from inside the car. Yep, just too much speed coming out. We talked about how important that was. That's unfortunate, and that's going to end a very good run once again for Mark Wilson, who's always competing. Unfortunately, not going to have the run he wants tonight. Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan, Dave Hill up front. Cameron Bidwell taking a peek on Ryan Hunt. Remember, Ryan had that issue with Ross Booth on the backstretch here where he was getting basically bump drafted down the backstretch. And the sad thing for Ryan, I think he's still going to have to pit. That's the only downside with him being up there because he had to pit so early. I think he still could be short. Check on Derek Pemberton back here going to the bus stop. He's just out here getting some more experience, which running right now, 19, not too bad. And Desmond Stone give up a spot there. Not sure what happened there. He looked a little slow. He gives up the 12th spot to Kevin Kyle. And Ryan Hunt is on pit road. But we knew that was going to happen. We knew he would have to come down pit lane sooner or later. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think David Shutt, he's already been on pit road. I think he's going to be good, but we've got 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this one. Here they come. Trent Brown working out of turn 2 oval. He's actually trying to run down Terry Dahl. Terry Dahl right up in front of him in 7th. Terry's done a fantastic job this race, in my personal opinion. It's one of the best races we've seen him run in a while. Very smart race tonight for him. Les Turner right here battling Cameron Bidwell less in that 01 car. Les doing a really nice job. He's going to go ahead and give that spot. Les, of course, one of the admins here in the Red Sox Racing Series. For guys that don't know, this is one of the oldest racing leagues around in all of iRacing. So, a lot of history goes back in this series. That's what makes it so popular. Ross Booth still out front, looking around the racetrack. Everybody is spaced out just a little bit right now, besides right here, Dennis Griffin, Bill Paul Lucky right now. Oh, what happened? James Prostel off the track. And very slow. Let's see. I think he just had trouble with the NASCAR chicane. We've seen this a couple times in practice. Did he get so much? Yep, he ran over the bump. Oh, boy, yeah, he did. Ryan Hunt was involved as well. David Shutt barely dodges it. You want to see something crazy? Watch this. On board. Watch the first car way up in front here. There you go. Oh my goodness. Narrowly misses it. And he actually brings the car down pit lane. Which I think he had to come back down anyway. So, yeah, he did. That's why he's exiting out. Robert trying to work on Les Turner here off the chicane or bus stop. And Robert going to be able to take this, by the way. I think he had such a good exit on that chicane. Not so fast, Les said. Battles back on the inside. And Les actually giving it up to him. Kind of surprised to see that, actually. Terry Dahl closes in on Les Turner as well with Trent Brown. Kevin Kyle, Robert right here, as well as Nathan Wingnut back here in 12th. On board now with Nathan. He is out there in that BMW GTE car. Going through turn one. Looking to the inside. Get there just yet. Oh, he might be able to now. Kevin Kyle makes a small mistake, and Wingnut going to take away the 11th position. Maybe said he wouldn't have a good run tonight. It's kind of turning into a different story. Something has happened to Derek Pemberton. Oh my. What happened here? Well, here we go. Did he have trouble with the NASCAR chicane? I'm going to take this as a big yes. Oh, yes he did. Oh, and my bar class partner said, we're going to go ahead and tow it back to the shop and go get ready for some legacy cars, something I'm a little bit better at. And you can watch Derek racing that as well right after this one as we go racing for the Raise Energy Legacy Cup Series. Tommy Ryan still working on our leader, Ross Booth, as we are under 3 minutes and 30 seconds in this one. So we got about 2 laps remaining in this one and the next one. Maybe an extra one, we'll see. Watch for Tommy to try to get a big run down the straightaway, use that draft to try to suck up to the back of Tommy or Ross and try to overtake that first spot. Dave Hill right now sits in third at 13 with Cameron Bidwell fourth, Robert back in fifth, Terry Dahl sixth. See Tommy right there, Ross right up in front of him. You see what I'm talking about, using the draft. watch to see if Tommy can get the run up. Here he comes in that Corvette. Did close up, was unable to get there. Think we might get 2 laps here still. Yes, we will get 2 laps as they start the finish line. So 2 laps to go. So Tommy goes right up on that back bumper. Ross through that first corner. I feel like the Porsche gets through these in this intersection a little bit better than the Corvette does. But on the back straightaway, the straightaways, I feel like that Corvette's got a pretty good amount of power to be able to draft up to the Corvette and may have a chance. We haven't seen a Corvette win this season. I just want to point that out. And Monza next week is going to be a big thing because there is a draft there as well. And we're not running the first chicane, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Back on the throttle. Ross trying to extend just a little bit here. See if the Corvette can close up once again. Tommy's a little bit better in the back section of the track. You can see why. I mean, look how much he closes up. There's just a little bit of draft. Now, the draft is playing effect now. But here's where Tommy was really pulling up last time. He's going to do it again this time. May have a chance here. Looks to the inside. Side by side for the race lead. Coming to 1 lap to go. Tommy checks out of it. We'll see how long that lasts for. I don't know if he'll check out of it next time, but Ross is going to get through the NASCAR chicane really good as the white flag is going to be in the air this time for the race leader. And right now, Ross has checked out to about 6/10, so Tommy's got to close up a little bit in order to have a chance in that draft on the backstretch. If not, we may be looking at a race winner right there. Here's Terry Dahl, by the way. Terry's trying to close up on Robert here with Trent Brown right there in 6th. Back up front with our race lead. Tommy trying everything he can. Now, he is going to suck up to him on the first part of the backstretch. His only chance, I feel like, will be that NASCAR chicane. I feel like that's about his only chance he's going to have. Now, if he loses the draft, it's a little bit different story. He is losing a little bit here, so you've got to be careful not to lose it. And he may have, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. Let's hop back on board. That's close. I don't know if he lost it or not. It's very close. I think he may have lost it. He may be getting a little bit of a tow. He is getting somewhat of a tow down the straightaway. Not that much, though. Oh, it's the bus stop. Tommy's got to overdrive it here just a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. Ross takes the bus stop extremely clean. Working through the NASCAR Oval 3 and 4. Got to come to a final kink in his track. The new NASCAR chicane. And here it is. Out of the final corner. Ross Booth's going to see the checkered flag. He's going to pick up the victory here from Daytona. Tommy Ryan's going to finish 2nd. I think he just shut the car off. And Dave Hill going to ease his way in the 3rd. A little bit further back. Here we go. There's still more racing to be done right here in the final chicane. Terry Dahl trying to get a run out of the corner. Oh, man. Trent Brown lost it. He does save it. He's going to finish 7th. Terry's going to finish 6th. Robert going to finish in top 5. Les Turner finishes 8th. What happened here? Robert, is he out of gas? I think that car's out of gas. Yep, he is. Unfortunately, the 9 will run out of gas. That's going to be a point penalty, unfortunately, and a lot of points lost as cars go by him. But here's your race winner here tonight. We will hop over there and talk to them guys. over there on their Discord. Give me just a second. Let me make sure I got my mic plugged up. Okay. Make sure I was plugged up good enough for them. Alrighty. Here we go. We will wait for Ross to come in, pick up the victory here from Daytona. Once again, guys, immediately following this race, we will be live for the iRacing Legacy Cup Series. But your race winner here tonight in victory lane as he tries to make it back to the start-finish line, by the way. He does not want his car to run out of gas. Because if he does, that is a 4-point penalty. So he's trying to manage us to get back in. He's got a long ways to go still, so this is a big thing here. And nobody can push him. You are not allowed to push anybody. I think he might be completely out. As cars are coming up behind him, they better be careful here. Okay, he does got a little bit left in the tank. He's going to try to speed this up as much as he can. Let's coast to the start-finish line. If I'm him, I'm getting on the apron. But anyway, I think he's going to be good for the finish. As you see, some other cars coasting as well. Everybody trying to make sure they're good to go to the back end. But we do got second place Tommy Ryan coming in here. Tommy, you got a copy? Second place tonight, man. Not a bad night overall. The Corvette seems like it lacks just a little bit in the infield section. Is that true or no? Oh, I do not hear you. Still don't hear you. Nothing. We're having technical problems with Tommy right now. Hopefully, I see your mic lighting up. I don't know why it's not picking up. Let me make sure it's not on my end, man. Hold on. Oh, it was on my end. Why is it? Okay, you got a copy now? Hold on just a second. I did not fix it. Apparently when I went to change my mic. There we go. Now we got you.
Hello.
I'm sorry. All right. Now, explain to me. From what I'm seeing, it looks like the Corvette lacks just a little bit in the road course section of these tracks. They look good on the straightaways. Is that safe to say or no?
I don't know. It could have been a little bit of driver error in there. Those guys, I could tell that Ross was getting in the first gear after the road course turn 2. I was trying it a couple times, but I wasn't as good at it because I just didn't practice it enough. But I was a little bit better by the time we got to the end of it. But yeah. I mean, it was a big draft fest, man. So if I could just stay within him, he was quicker than I was through the infield by far, and I think that was probably just more driver than it was car. I could be wrong, but Ross is no slouch, man. He's tough.
For sure. We know he's won multiple championships as well. So let me ask you about next week then, because we go to Monza without the first chicane. Will the Corvette, you think, have a little bit of advantage there? Because we know that could be a draft fest as well.
Yeah. I think overall it's a very balanced car. It drives really good. You just got to be careful on the brakes, like most of these cars now with the throttle. But I think it'll be competitive. Can it win? Depending on who's in the driver's seat, maybe. I really hope I can get a win before the season's out. I mean, I feel like getting a podium right now is really tough. But overall, man, it's very balanced and it's competitive. I'll say that.
It honestly seems like it's just the most competitive field we've seen in Red Sox. Honestly, in about 3 seasons from what I've been in here. Like, this field is stacked week in, week out. So, man, another good run, second place, shout-outs and all that. You know how to do it.
Yep. Northern Tool and Equipment, safety, coastal safety auditors. I had a spotter in here, kind of helped me with fuel mileage mark. I ended up with about 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons too much. I probably could have got Ross on the pit road exit, right. But I ended up with too much gas. But hey, it's better than last week running out on the cool down. But
that is true. I thought he was actually going to as well because he was close to running out on the cool down. Either way, man, good run tonight. Congratulations on second.
Thanks, man. I hope to talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir. We will move down and talk to Ross, putting it in P1. I think you already know the first thing I'm going to ask you before we go into any details. What happened there on the backstretch?
I honestly don't know. I'm just looking at the replay. It looks like my car went through his, and I couldn't get off of his car fast
It
enough.
looked like it was locked. That's what I
Yeah,
seen as well.
it's 100% my fault. I'm not gonna
For
try
sure.
and downplay it at all. It's definitely ruined their race. I think them two had a good shot at winning it. I definitely don't like winning like that, and
100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying in the broadcast. Like when I first seen it, I was like, we know you don't race like that. So, honestly, to me, it looked like the bumper's kind of locked. And I'm not making excuses for anything that happened. Like, I know they're mad or upset about it, and I get it. You should be upset as well if that happened. I get that you are. Let's talk about the race, though. Once again, pit road plays off in your favor. Man, you have figured out this pit road thing.
yeah, a good friend of mine and teammate taught me that you can win and lose races off pit road. So I make sure I practice my pit in and my pit out, and make sure I get my calculation down to the T. That's why I'm so slow getting back to the pit lane there sometimes. But yeah,
I was
just
I was talking to Tommy, and I want to get your aspect of it too. It looked like the Porsche is a lot better in the infield section of the racetrack. Of course, on the backstretch and straightaways, it seems like the Corvette has a little bit more draft. Well, of course, he used the draft a little bit more power. But do you feel like the Porsche that you're driving this year, because you're not usually in the Porsche, or you haven't been lately until this season, do you feel like it does perform better in the road section of these tracks?
it's honestly hard to say. I think the Porsche has the best long run speed.
Right.
From testing that I've been doing offline, I'm actually a lot faster in the Ferrari in terms of one lap speed, but it's just driver preference. I think they're all a little bit better in some scenarios. I think the Ferrari is super fast on the straightaway. Same with the Beamer, but um, they struggle a little bit more with the slower corners. So it's a give and take, and depends on the track. So
Well, you got another win, man. Points got to be on your mind. How do you feel about going to next week at Monza?
I honestly am not even thinking about it. I just feel really crappy about wrecking two guys running for the win there. I just hate winning like that.
For sure, man. Well, you know how to do it. Shout out to all that you want to give out for your win tonight.
Well, shout out to you. Appreciate you always putting on a great show, and thanks to Terry and Les and everyone that comes out each and every week. And hopefully, I won't be able to wreck someone next week.
Hey, you keep your head up, man. That was a good run. Good job tonight.
Thanks,
buddy. There you go, guys. That will do it for us. We're going to hop over and get ready to broadcast the iRacing Legacy Series. Congratulations to Ross Booth. I know he didn't want to win that way. I want to point that out. Man, it's going to be tough to choose our driver of the week this week. I'm going to be honest. But that'll be it for us. Y'all have a great night. Take care. We'll see y'all here in just